What up, YouTube? It's Luke for Prez, back in the mix with another video for you guys. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Today I have a little bit of a different type of video for you. It's a bit of a story to share. It finally happened. Your boy got his first disgruntled customer. You know, my business has been growing, so I suppose this was inevitable. I think it really is an unavoidable part of being a business owner, but still, when it happens, it's not a lot of fun. First of all, your boy prides himself on delivering A1 customer service at all times and, doing everything 100% by the book. So when this happened, it was a bit upsetting. But I really do believe that all negative experiences can serve as learning tools, and that's what I'm hoping that this will be for every producer that watches this. So basically, here's what happened. I got a random DM out of the blue from a guy who is a former customer, and he wrote me this message saying that he was disappointed in me. Apparently, he had purchased a beat lease, made a song, and then when he went to upload his song to streaming platforms, it got flagged and disqualified from being uploaded because it had an uncleared sample from a film or television show. He was upset because, according to him, I had failed to disclose that there was a sample in the beat that he purchased. He said he reported me to Beatstars and already got his money back through PayPal. I responded immediately asking for more info, like what beat he was referring to, and offering, whatever I could do to make things right, but he'd already blocked me. I didn't have his email address, so I tried to match his Instagram username to any transactions that I had in PayPal, but I had no luck with that. But I did actually recently have a chargeback from PayPal, and that was the first time that ever happened. So I assumed that must be him, even though the name was totally different on the email. But he said he already got his money back from PayPal, so I figured it must be him. But upon further review, the two beats purchased in this particular transaction are totally original compositions. There's not so much as a royalty-free loop from Splice or anything of the sort. In fact, only a handful of my beats available for purchase on my website have uncleared samples. I'm talking like maybe 10 to 15 out of the over 150 that I currently have up there. So I was obviously extremely confused and frustrated that I couldn't offer any support or help to this guy, and I didn't even really know, what actually happened. It could have simply been an erroneous automated error message. I know for me personally, I get a ton of copyright claims on my beat videos on YouTube, even when the beat videos are 100% original compositions and no artist has purchased the exclusive rights to those beats yet. I think this is from people registering their leases that they've purchased with content ID systems like TuneCore, which actually violates the terms of the standard Beatstars lease agreements, which is what I use in my business. But by me simply disputing these claims, they're usually lifted right away. I obviously feel for the customer in this situation. It's gotta be hugely frustrating to put time, energy, and resources into a song and then not be able to share that creation with the world in the proper ways. And if I'm wrong about which transaction it was, and he actually did purchase one of my beats that does have an uncleared sample in it, he's right, I didn't verbally disclose that information to him. I would say at least 90% of my beat lease sales come from people that I never speak to. They simply get to my website from one of my paid ads or from YouTube or just organically and check out without me ever communicating with them at all. Up till this point, I didn't really think it was all that necessary, and it's certainly not scalable to individually, email each transaction and disclose that information manually. The reason why I didn't think that this was necessary to do at all is because on Beatstars, when you actually go to upload a beat, they have a section that asks you if you use any third-party samples. And if so, you have the option of typing in the name of that sample and the origin of it. And I always do that in the event that I do use an uncleared sample. It was my understanding that by doing that on the Beatstars backend, that sample information is automatically placed within the contracts that people get when they purchase a lease. I don't know why I thought that. Now that the situation has happened, I realize I don't know where I heard that from, or why I thought that was the case. Maybe I just assumed it. But upon closer inspection, it actually looks like that information is not automatically placed in the license agreements. So that is totally my fault, and I own that. That's on me. I didn't read my own fine print. I definitely should have checked on this earlier. What those contracts do say, however, is that it is indeed the producer's responsibility to disclose any uncleared samples to the artist before they purchase a lease. And then from there, of course, as is industry standard, it is on the artist or the record label, if that artist is signed, to actually clear the sample. But technically, according to the Beatstars fine print, it is on the producer to disclose that information from the jump. Now, if that doesn't sit right with you as a producer, you can go in and edit the templates to your liking on all of the contracts within Beatstars. I have not done that. I just kind of took their word for it that they had our best interest at heart and let the default ones ride. You know, maybe that's a naive oversight on my part, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. Luckily for me, like I said, I barely have any beats with uncleared samples available for sale right now on my website. And even the ones that I do have are not top sellers. So thank God, this has never been an issue for me before. And I'm honestly happy that this happened, because now I can take steps to ensure a better customer experience for my purchasers going forward and to protect myself from liability as well. I gave this problem some thought, because if you're anything like me or most hip hop producers in history, at some point in time, you're gonna use a sample. But I figured out a way that I think will work for your own beat store that you can implement right away to protect yourself in the event that something like this happens to you. When you upload a beat to Beatstars, there is an often overlooked description section that allows you to type in whatever you want. Since this incident, I actually went back and added the sample information of every beat that I have with an uncleared sample into that description. So it's now clearly visible on my Beatstars profile and my Beatstars Pro Page website. So now it's there, clear to be seen by any potential buyers before they purchase. I'm no lawyer, so don't take this as any type of legal advice whatsoever, but I'm pretty sure that would qualify as sample disclosure. If you're worried about people overlooking this description, which is particularly easy to do on the Pro Page, I would consider adding the sample information to the title of your beat. That way it's much more difficult to overlook. Totally up to you. Give it some thought, let it marinate, but that is something that you can consider. I don't know if this is a perfect solution, but it's the best that I could come up with for now. So yeah, that's basically the story of my first disgruntled customer. If the homie who's upset happens to see this video, please unblock me. Let's try to work this out. I'm happy to do so. Like I said, I pride myself on giving my customers the best customer service possible. So, you know, let's try to figure out what happened together and come to a solution. I doubt he's ever gonna see this, but just in case, you know, it's all love on this side, and I didn't mean to purposefully mislead you. So let's see what can be done if at all possible. And for everybody else watching, all the producers out there, I hope that this serves as a cautionary tale for you guys when making beats with uncleared samples. I know there's a ton of information out there, and there's a ton of misinformation in terms of, you know, the legality of using samples and when you have to have them cleared and who you have to have them cleared by, and who has to do the clearing, and it's just a mess. I'm no expert on that subject whatsoever. I still have a ton to learn, but that is kind of why I generally avoid using samples for the most part. It just complicates everything from, you know, individual beat leases to, you know, trying to get placements with major labels or, you know, shopping beats for sync licensing opportunities. It's always easier if there's no sample to be cleared, from my understanding. So food for thought. I'm here to share my experiences with you guys on this music producer journey that I'm on, so hopefully we can learn and grow together. And that's basically all I got for you guys. I've talked enough, so I'm gonna get back to cooking up some more beats. Hope everyone is out there staying safe. Do the YouTube algorithm stuff, the liking and the subscribing and the commenting and, you know, all that stuff that is necessary for growth. and I will catch you guys on the next one. I am out. I love you. Peace.